Hey YouTube, it's your boy Pasha. Hi, what's up, guys? It's January 26th, 2018. That is my dad's birthday. So, Dad, if you ever see these, what's up? Happy birthday. Um, and it is little over 6 months, or a little less than 6 months until my 4 years. So, that officially makes me a 3.5 years. And it's good. It flew by, and anyway, but it's awesome so far, so good, right? Anyway, so I'm here because I needed to make a video, number one, and number two because I needed to discuss with you guys a few things. I've been getting a lot of messages in my inbox lately and on my videos, and a few of these messages they tend to take different tones. So we're gonna go first with the first ones, and that's the messages that I get from guys in my inbox and on my videos that are saying, you know what, thanks so much for doing these. We appreciate it. It gives us hope. It gives us whatever. Awesome. Like that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing this. So thank you guys so much for hitting me up and letting me know, because when you're sitting here and you're just talking into a camera that doesn't have any kind of responses or anything else, it kind of seems like you may be kind of shooting into the darkness. But when people tell you how what you're doing affects who they are and what's going on with them, it gives you a sense of hope, and it gives you a push to continue this. I've been doing this now for 4 years, or almost 4 years, and yeah, at one point, at a lot of points, it's like, why am I even? I'm kind of just talking to myself, really. But it's good to see that it is reaching you, and it does have some effect, and I'm glad that it's helping. I really do, because that's all really it's about, is giving you a little bit of what I'm going through to see if you're going through it, and to let you know that you're not the only one. All right. Sorry. Most of the time, those messages I get are from people who are trans and believe in God, or follow the teachings of Christ, and or both. So to all of you, I want to say, keep going. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to say a lot of crap. They really are, and most of them are from the church, or the or from Christianity, should I say? And they're gonna try to make you feel like less than. They're gonna try to make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about. They're gonna try to make you feel like you're less than they are, because you are who you are, and that somehow you are not as accepted by God. That's not true. It's absolutely not true. Um, the Bible says that let God be the truth and every man be a lie. So if you are going, if they're, which they are going to come against you with a bunch of scriptures probably, so you can give them that one. That also being said, you can also tell them that Jesus, out of his own mouth in the writings of Matthew or John, I maybe John actually, and he said, what he said was, there will come a time. Matter of fact, it was at the woman at the well, and he says, let me tell you something. There will come a time, in fact, the time is now, when you won't worship at the synagogue or the temple. In other words, where you worship or how you worship is not going to matter. What's going to matter is that you worship him in spirit and in truth, and in your true being and in your true selves. So keep going, brothers and sisters. Keep moving forward. Do what you need to do. Follow the teachings of love that Christ kept pushing, and let everything else fall to the wayside. Don't worry about what people have to say about you. Move around, and don't let others' negative energy infect you. You don't have to. It took me a while. Matter of fact, it took me a couple of years, honestly. I'm not even going to lie, before I realized thoroughly that I get to control who is in my circle. I get to control who I'm around. And if I'm around people who don't make me feel good about myself, or actually who specifically try to make me feel bad about myself, then I don't have to stay around them. And I don't care if that's friends, I don't care if that's family, I don't care if I've known you your whole life or you've known me my whole life. I don't have to put up with that. You don't have to sit there and get beat down. That's not a requirement. And it's definitely not a sign of love. Just because you love someone doesn't mean you have to let them beat up on you. So keep moving forward with that, brothers and sisters, and don't let that stuff affect you. Keep moving. There's another spectrum of that, where people are, well, there's lots of hateful people. I don't even pay attention to them anymore, and I definitely don't let that, like, when I say you can control, if I see stuff like that, I literally just skip over it, like it doesn't even exist, because it doesn't in my universe. So, but there is another spectrum where they are well intentioned, but basically still saying the same thing. So somebody sent me a link about this person. She referred to herself with female pronouns, so I'm going to do the same. She was basically saying she was a lesbian and a feminist, and basically what she was saying, and she also had a video called "Take the T Out of LGBT." So, but what she was saying was that being trans erases women. She was basically saying that FTM and trans being FTM or MTF erases women. If you're MTF, it erases women, she says, because it says that you don't need anything more than a feeling. This is what she said, to be female. And if you're FTM, then you are female and you're erasing women by no longer identifying as such. Okay, so I watched it. The one thing I've learned in this time with Christ, I guess I could call it, is that I don't know anything. If you think you know a lot, then you probably don't. And if you think you know everything, then you're a fool. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that you really don't know anything if you think you know everything because it's so far reached. That being said, when people send me links like this, I'm going to watch them. I'm going to listen to hell. Oh, what do I know? You could tell me something new. And not only that, but a wise man once said, somebody, you can learn something from everybody. Negative or positive, you can learn something from everybody. So I watched it. And that's basically what she was saying. And to that, I have a couple of things to say. Number one, for all my trans sisters out there, you are women. And I know, especially with this women march and this freaking, what is it, turf? Is it called, are they called turfs? And this kind of left liberal swinging back around right wing thing going on, you get a lot of slack. You got a lot of crap. But you have to know that people support you. And I support you, my sisters. I really do. And not only that, but I know a lot of people, especially FTMs, that do. Because you are the other side of us. And we understand that side. And so being a woman in America, you're going to be disrespected. You're going to be disrespected. People are going to talk about you. And you're going to be literally the bottom of the totem pole. And it sucks. And we're here for you. And don't even as hard as it is, don't buy into that. You are women, and you're beautiful women. You're queens, and we love you. For my FTM brothers, you're never women, and people find it hard to understand that because they see what society saw in us, but it's hard for them to understand the other side. And for me, in particular, and a couple other trans guys I know, that was never a case for us. That was never the case, no matter what society kept saying. Matter of fact, for most of us, that's why suicide attempts. That's why the dysphoria. That's why so many of the mental issues that come with being trans, because we're being told something over and over again that every fiber of our being says is wrong for life. So that growing up with that can play, yeah, that can bounce your psyche around, and that can play a lot against who you think you are as a person. So in that, be strong, brothers. I guess the point of all that is, I watched it, and basically it was full of crap. It was full of a bunch of hate speech and transphobic speech that was trying to be masked as some kind of love or some kind of reaching out. But what it is actually is just a judgment, again, just this time from somebody on the other side of the fence, or somebody that we stand next to at rallies, or somebody who is part of what we are supposed to be part of, one community. But it's the same thing, and I've heard it before. Actually, I've heard, especially hardcore feminist lesbians say that more times than I can count, and they can have whatever they like. This is my life. It's your life. It's our lives, and they're not standing next to us, living it with us. They're just talking a lot about what they think about it. But in the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter anymore if they say it than if people, the preachers say it, or the people standing at the Capitol say it. The point of the matter is, you are still worthy. You are still you, and this is still you in all of your totality and your truth. And so sometimes you gotta fight your way through the crowd, in order to live, honestly. And so to her, and I don't remember her name, but to her and people who preach the same message that she's preaching, it's really about being more concerned with other people than they are concerned with themselves. And why it matters to her, I'm not really sure. But it obviously does. And so she decided to make an entire hateful video, more than one actually, about it. And that's exactly what it was. It was hate disguised as love, but that happens a lot. Because everybody's so confused about what love is, they think that hate is love. They think the church, Christianity, thinks that they're loving too when they call gay people abominations and say they're going to hell, and try to block their marriages, and try to block their adoptions and their death benefits and all kinds of things. They say the same thing. They think they're loving, and that's exactly what she thinks she's doing. That's not loving. Love is kind. Love is patient. Love doesn't keep a record of wrong. Love doesn't think it's better than others. Love doesn't impose its will on others. Love isn't rude. It's always faithful. It always endures. This is a description of love, and it doesn't have anything to do with being hateful and ugly to people because you don't understand or don't know what is going on with them. Honestly, I just really wanted to. Those are the couple things that I really wanted to touch on. I'm gonna probably make another video sometime. Probably I'm gonna try to do it next week. I'm gonna try to make one video a week. My son told me I should make one every day because everybody wants to see people daily vlog. I don't really have a lot of time for that, but I'm gonna try to do it more than once a week, maybe. Just maybe. Other than that, this has already been a pretty long video. Thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the subscriptions. Please continue to subscribe. Continue to like the videos. And I'll continue to make them. And that's really all there is to it. I'll make them as long as you guys watch them. You may sit here and watch me one day with a whole head full of gray hair, and I'm like, I've been making these videos for 18 years. It probably won't be on YouTube. It'll probably be on a different outlet. But all in all, I appreciate you guys watching. You know I do. I love you guys, each and every single one of you. Again, check me out on Facebook. I have my Facebook page and my Rejects for Christ page. I also have a new page called All About Love. You can go on there and check out and see what they're talking about on there. I have my Twitter, New Creation 0215, and my Instagram under my name. So go check me out and see what's going on. I got a couple new things coming up in the next couple of months. I got a radio show starting on internet radio K254, and I got a website called Free Souls Unleashed that I'm gonna try to be up and running by February 1st. On there is gonna be a bunch of different people who just basically have a message of love and acceptance and understanding, and they're going to be on there sharing their stories, sharing different things that they have. Some of it is going to be based on Jesus' teaching. Some of it's going to be more universal. So just keep watching and stay with me. You guys are like my friends and family now. Every time I do this video, I know that I'm talking to familiar people that I've talked to before a couple times. That's my phone, so I gotta go. Comments, questions, or concerns below. Love you guys. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for all your comments. Keep them coming. Later, YouTube.